As ever, my friends, welcome to my channel. I am Mr. Sensible. Today I'm going to have a look at a chap called Martin Kenny. He did have a strange cosmic egg theory of the universe, and he did a Blue Peter style kiddie sticky tape and cardboard mock-up of the entire universe. But he's moved on, thanks to the wonders of modern technology and computer graphics. This explanation of how the universe is takes about 25 minutes. We are not going to go there. We're going to jump several minutes in. You will be presented with the biggest gish-gallop word salad assorted crap theory I have ever had the misfortune to come across. I would say enjoy, but I'm not sure you will. Have facepalm protection. Fair warning. Okay, Mr. Martin Kenny, roll VT. We join Kenny 5 minutes into his video. It's a 24-minute video. He's done a lot of waffle, talking about how we started off as stardust, but we seem to have some sort of consciousness. We had a thought, then became angles of light, angels, and then came down to the various planes of existence, and we became stars and all sorts of rubbish. Let's join him now.
The next manifestation of existence after the heavens, with all the various angels or angles of light, sound, and vibration, was the ether field. The ether field is the plane below the firmament, but above the earthly plane.
Obviously.
We could call the ether field the space or bridge between heaven and earth.
Or we could call it a load of made-up crap, couldn't we, Kenny?
This is where the solar systems exist and operate from. Our solar system, of course, predominantly consists of suns and moons.
I think you'll find there's only one sun in our solar system, Kenny. Lots of moons and lots of planets.
What we know as planets from our perspective.
My apologies.
Many of you will now know plasma is the conduit for all atomic light, sound, and vibration to express itself in various forms.
Well, it's got free will, has it? It decides to express itself.
The planets within the plane of the ether field are structured within plasmic gas, whereas the stars in the firmament plane are structured within plasmic light. The alchemical merging of atomic plasmic light in the heavens and atomic plasmic gas in the ether field creates what we call spirit.
Alchemic merging? Where are you getting all this from, Kenny?
Spirit is also known as the Holy Ghost in religious circles. In essence, when we're in the heavens, we were a star, plasmic light. And when you were in the solar system, ether field, you became a spirit, plasma gas.
Do you actually know what a star is? Do you?
Now, space held within the firmament is dipolar, with dipolaric light in the form of stars, as we've already established. Whereas space held within the etheric plane is electromagnetic, with plasmic electric suns and plasmic magnetic moons.
Any other pseudo-scientific words you can get in here, Kenny? Incredible. And I see you've got electromagnetic Van Allen belts. You do know the Van Allen belts are belts of radiation around the Earth, not between orbits of planets.
Otherwise known as the wandering planets. The next plane, below the ether field, is of course the plane of the Earth.
Of course.
As many of you now know, I propose that the plane of the Earth is currently divided into 4 physical concentric rings of terrain.
So where did this come from? Have we ever seen them? I mean, it's bad enough having a flat Earth with the possibility of an edge that we've not found. Now you've got 4 of them?
Or land. Each ring concentrically spiraling outwards from the center of our universe, pole position, or the North Pole from our perspective here on Earth.
I see you've got Polaris directly above the centre. There is nothing at all special about Polaris other than the rotation of the Earth around its axis. The axis happens to point roughly towards Polaris, but due to precession, that's the wobbling tilt of the Earth, over thousands of years, that changes.
These 4 concentric terrains of land on the plane of the Earth are currently separated by various electromagnetic plasma torus fields.
Have we ever seen one? Have we ever measured one? Have we ever detected one?
Also known as domes or Van Allen belts.
So now we've got 4 domes. 4 of them.
These are what we might call districts, domains, or dimensions.
I can think of something else I could call it.
Each district, domain, or dimension with its own solar and ecosystems. Mercury, the androgynous electromagnetic sun and moon within the central toroidal field.
Mercury is androgynous. Okay.
Our electric sun Apollo and magnetic moon Artemis within our toroidal field. The electric sun Mars and magnetic moon Venus.
I'm going to stop you there. Venus is closer to the sun than we are. Mars is further away, i.e. we are between them.
Within the next toroidal field. And of course, the electric sun Saturn and magnetic moon Jupiter within the last outer toroidal field. The entire universe, the heavens or plane of the firmament, with all the stars, angels or angles of light, the plane of the ether field with the various toroidal fields and solar systems, the earthly plane with its various districts, domains, and dimensions, is all held within the grand toroidal field of our universe.
You haven't mentioned eddies in the space-time continuum.
What many ancient cultures called the cosmic egg. As we established at the beginning of this transmission, your journey as an individual star began in the heavens, where you were an angel or angle of light. A triangle of light, to be specific. This triangle of light is, of course, your original frequency of light, sound, and vibration.
Of course.
You and I continually emit a frequency of this light, sound, and vibration.
Well, you're emitting something.
This frequency is manifest here on Earth by all sentient beings as our thoughts, emotions, and actions. In the heavens, we were superstar angels or angles of light. Our true frequency was, and still is, aligned to a particular angle of space within the celestial cosmos. This angle of space is what we call a constellation of stars.
What do you think a constellation is? Do you think it's an actual group of stars? All it is when you look in a particular direction, you can see several stars that apparently make up a constellation, a pattern, but they're nothing to do with each other. They just happen to be roughly in the same line of sight. They don't mean anything.
Thus, we could say your original triangle of frequency was and still is aligned to certain celestial constellations. This is your original sign of nature, your spiritual signature. This spiritual sign of nature can be determined by the exact location of celestial star constellations at the exact time and space of your earthly incarnation. Your Earth Day, or birthday in short.
Oh, I like that. Very clever, Kenny. Earth Day, birthday.
Is what we might call your astrology. Astro meaning a star. Logi coming from the root word to log,
which apparently means a right load of crap.
Record or document.
Oh.
Astrology is simply the science of one observing, recording, and documenting.
Astrology is not science. Astrology is a steaming heap of dingo's kidneys.
Their original spiritual sign of nature, their signature. As above in the heavens, so below here on earth. Naturally, these three planes of existence, the heavens, the ether field, and the earth, all operate within different bandwidths of frequency. We could call these different frequencies or bandwidths universal language or coding.
Or you could call it a right load of shite. Kenny, I think I preferred your theory when it was all cardboard, sticky tape and plasticine, because at least then we could screw it up and throw it in the bin. Well, Kenny, it's interesting that you have discovered computer graphics. I always thought that you couldn't polish a turd, but it seems that you've discovered that you can roll it in glitter. I presume you don't accept anything that's real. The rotation of the Earth, sunrises, sunsets, the movement of the planets, the way the stars move, the views of galaxies billions and billions of light years away, or even such simple things as satellites.
Oh my God! They killed Kenny! You bastard!
Oh, and thus endeth Kenny. Anyway, listen, thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today. Big thanks to my patrons. Thanks for the support of my patrons. Bernard Godfrey, Elizabeth Schneider, Frank Kelly, Frederick Sigard, John Calvin Hobbs, Mick Farnham, Mitch Goldstein, Roy Fraser, Simon D and Steve Pleggy. Thank you very, very much. If you'd like to support me in the same way as my patrons, just go to patreon.com and search for Mr. Sensible, or use this link up here. I look forward to seeing you all the next time. Until then, stay sensible.
Shut up and sit down.